Hello, and welcome. I am Webweaver, and I'm so glad you have found my channel here today. This is where I do a one-card tarot reading just to give us some guidance for our day ahead. As always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, and I am using the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, which is different than traditional tarot, so I do have notes that I pull from just to help guide me in my readings until I have these cards memorized. So we will go ahead and get started here. This reading is for Sunday, January 11th, 2026. We're only 11 days in, friends, only 11 days in. What a year 2026 has been. I hope you all have been doing well. This last week kicked my butt with the subbing 3 days, and then yesterday I didn't get home until late. I went and drove a couple hours to meet my dad and my stepmom. It was my dad's birthday, so we drove a couple hours to meet them halfway between where they were staying and where we are. So I didn't get home till late, and I was tired. So, and it's back to being rainy and cold and blah. When I say blah, I was coming out of Aldi today. I went grocery shopping, and a woman, I don't know who she was parked next to me. She was about my age, maybe a little younger, but she came out of Aldi about the same time I did. She was behind me a little bit, and I got to my car, and I opened my door, and she goes, "Why do we live here?" I said, "Excuse me?" And she's looking at the sky. She goes, "Why do we live here? I thought it was going to be a nice sunny day. We could have a nice sunny day." No. Gray, cold, clouds, rain, snow. I get more depressed the older I get. I don't know why we live here. I don't know why we do it. And then she just offered to take my cart back and disappeared. But I'm like, I think you and I could be friends. I don't know. So it's where we are. And it's only January, as she said. She said it's only January. It is. It's not even halfway over. All right. So this will be for January 11th, which is Sunday. Bring you down while I get this going here. Nope. Here we go. What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? Okay. I'm going to split the deck. I do not read reversals. And we have the 3 of water again. Didn't we just have that one the other day? I struggle with this one right now, but that's just the mood I'm in. So I don't, maybe the rest of you don't struggle with it. Oh, no. Come on, camera. Here we go. Sorry. I gotta figure out if there's a setting where I can get it to not do that. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the one we just had the other day, where we were being told to celebrate our successes, but let's just double check. Yes. Oh, goodness gracious. So this card represents satisfaction and indicates that you have come to a time to rejoice in life and your success. This card is a positive affirmation and symbolizes the joyous potential for a rewarding outcome. It also signifies the importance of taking time to appreciate, celebrate, and enjoy yourself along the way. Look back and be proud of what you have accomplished. Do a little victory dance before turning back to the future with hope and a smile. So I'm grateful for the universe for telling us that we've been successful. We've had successes in the past. 19 years ago this very night, probably close to about this time, I was standing in the middle of a state route in Pennsylvania because my now ex-husband owned a business that we got a call it was on fire. It was burning. And we stood in the middle of this state route with traffic blocked and all the things, watching this business burn and damage the ones next to it in the plaza. And I was led to believe for months that it was an accident until I got a call from him when he had gone to meet with his lawyers one day that he had been arrested for arson. And it was then, about 6 months after everything had gone down, that I found out that everything I'd been told was a lie. And things went south from there. That was my Saturn return. Let me tell you about Saturn returns. But that was 19 years ago tonight. I don't know how I survived that period of my life. I know there was some alcohol involved, but there are reasons why I don't drink a whole lot now. I did my drinking then. But if any of you are struggling out there with difficult times, things that you don't know how you would get over, you don't know how you would make it past, use me as a case study right now. No, I'm not in the best phase of life. No, this is not the best timeline to be on. However, I didn't have a very strong relationship where we can talk about anything. I have 2 beautiful children. I live in a beautiful home. I'm not saying everything's hunky-dory. Our unemployment runs out next month and jobs have not yet been found. So, things are not perfect, but I'm not standing in the middle of a snowy state route in Pennsylvania watching my life burn to the ground. So, look back at your successes. Look at how far you've come. Look at the things that you have overcome. Know that you have the strength to overcome anything that you're going through right now. And celebrate your successes, celebrate where you've come from, and then move on, move forward with a smile, knowing that you can do it. That is the message of this card. That is my message to you tonight. This is not a pleasant time to be alive. This is not a time where it's easy to celebrate ourselves because so many people are struggling, including ourselves. But I think that it's important to remember that we are not where we were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago with struggles that we were dealing with at the time. We've overcome major struggles, no matter what they were. And even during this difficult time, and even more so during this difficult time, we need to remember the things that we've overcome so that we know we can continue to overcome. Because we are going to be victorious in this timeline, in this lifetime. We just have to get to that point. So celebrate where you've come from, the lessons you've learned, the things you've overcome, and move forward with a smile, knowing that you can handle it. And I will leave you with that. If you would like to meditate on the imagery of this card, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow with our next reading. I hope you all have a lovely Saturday evening and a relaxing and restful Sunday. Blessed be.